Hey, how y'all doing? Man, it is so hot out here. Check this out. Every tree in the parking lot has cars and people parked under it. I wanted to show y'all something real quick. Right, this is my little engine here. The little engine that could. You hear that squeaking? Can you hear that? Well, I would have thought that that would have been bells or a pulley or something. However, I have found out, ooh, that's hot, right here. Yeah, about as long as I can hold it. But you notice when I put my finger over it, it quit. Woo! Woo! That's hot. That is, hold on, let me get back in. Alright, anyway, what I was saying, man, that's hot. Was it PVC valve? I checked with my son-in-law, and he's a mechanic. He just reaches over there, puts his finger right there, and it quits working. I mean, it quits making that noise. And after we changed the idler arm out and all this, and didn't fix it, and he just pops that cover off and puts his finger right there and says, there's the problem. So now I have one of those in the trunk, but the mechanic can't get to it right now from the car lot, so I'm going to attempt to do this ourselves. Let's be honest, I'm going to get my son-in-law to do it for me, but I'm going to try to, if he don't mind, he might be a little camera shy, but if he don't mind, I'm going to ask him to let me video it while he's changing it. And just in case anybody out there has the same problem, because if you're in this kind of a gig economy, you may have a little engine that could under your hood. And maybe having the same problem. But anyhow, I also wanted to check with him, since he works at a private garage. They work on all different kinds of cars, you know, from Nissans to Toyotas, to Chevrolet, Dodge, Ford, Mitsubishi, whatever. I thought I would ask him what the top cars were for the food delivery business, based on his experience and price range, you know, a lot of factors to factor in. But the main thing that I think we all want is something that we can afford, number one, and number two, something that's dependable. We don't want to have a food order and be out in the middle of, I can't say that, we're out in the middle of nowhere and it broke down on us. But if any of this interests y'all stick around and let me know what you think. Be sure to hit the like button and then subscribe right down there wherever that button's at if you like this kind of stuff. Because I mean, we're going to mainly talk about the gig economy, delivery and food and stuff like the delivery type jobs. But come on, there's more to life than just delivery. So we're gonna throw in a few things here and there, like fixing this car, getting rid of the birds under the hood. I was gonna call this car the Bluebird because it's that dark blue and sounds like a bird under the hood. But I want to see if we can't feed that bird and get rid of it. Set it free. Like I said, subscribe, stick around. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Yeah, those are a little warm.
Yeah.
Where's your gloves?
I left them at the store. That's stay cool. I mean, That's bad. It's had water in it.
Uh-oh.
Jesus. It's hot.
Shouldn't all those came out like the same?
Yeah, they should. All the rubbers should have come out with it. One of those just fell.
So what do you think is the best car for doing stuff like this?
Just,
Can I video you?
I really don't. I don't know.
What's the car that you'll have the least in, that you have the least in the shop?
It's kind of hard to say because then we don't see it.
Honda, Chevrolet, Ford. I know you said.
I'd say more of Honda or Toyota.
Because I know you said that.
I mean, they have their problems, but they're not real major problems.
I know you said that Nissan had something about the transmission or something.
Those CVT transmissions on the Nissans are
Junk.
crap. Yeah. Yeah.
That thing's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're right.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's still hot.
Yeah.
The ignition coil is broke too. 157 at AutoZone. Alright, I guess I'll go get it. Alright, I'm out and about again, sitting at the Cracker Barrel to pick up an order. It went off just as soon as we finished working on the car. Actually, I turned it on as soon as we finished. Because I really got to work now. $171 stacks and all. Luckily, the labor cost is a little bit of a benefit. It cost me a little bit, but not much. But, you know, that's one of the things to take in consideration if you're going to do this kind of work. Sometimes you have to spend the money to keep your tools working. So, let's hope that nothing else goes wrong for a while. That's the way it happens, though. Like I said earlier, AJ was a little bit camera shy and he really didn't want to talk about it. But that's AJ. Super nice guy, but not into public speaking or whatever. Which I understand that. That's the way I was and still am to an extent. Anyway, you probably heard him, he said Honda and Toyota. And I had looked a little bit online last night, and the Honda Prelude, is that right? Was #1, and the Toyota Corolla, I believe, was #2 on several different sites that I looked at. Unfortunately, the Chevy Cruze, actually no Chevrolet, made that top 10 list. But, you know, the way I look at it, like I said, the cars that you can afford, it'll get you from A to B and hopefully back to Z, is the ones that you need. Get what you like, get what you can afford, and get hopefully something dependable. Alright, I'm going to go in there and check on this order and we'll hit the road. Talk to y'all in a moment. In a moment, that's a cross between a moment and a minute. Be right back. Alright, well that order took a little longer than normal. Usually Cracker Barrel's pretty good, but it was one of those situations where Cracker Barrel was out of the item the customer was wanting. And in this case, meatloaf. Meatloaf sounds pretty good. So I had to call them to see if they wanted something in place of the meatloaf. And they was not totally upset, but a little disappointed. They said chicken and dumplings. So we got all that straight.
In 200 feet, turn right onto Sierra Drive.
Got all that taken care of. And then the lady up there told me that...
Take the next right onto Sierra Drive.
Told me that one of the girls called...
mile, continue straight.
What? She has no manners at all. She just interrupts me. But one of the girls from the back called up front and told them that they do have meatloaf now, and it'd be ready in about 10 minutes. So I called the customer back and see if they wanted the original order of meatloaf, which they did. So it's like I told the lady up front. She apologized for the mix-up and taking so long, but I said, as long as everybody's happy, I'm happy.
Continue
and that's
straight,
it.
Then turn left onto Texas 11 Loop South.
Remember, you're in the business of
turn left onto Texas
customer
11 Loop
service.
South.
And it's not like working in the restaurant, and it's not like working retail, something like that. But you still want to make people happy with their purchases.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Northwest Freeway.
Yes, ma'am. Just smile and say, yes, ma'am. All right, let's get this food delivered and see what else we can get. All right, got that delivered and working on more. I won't bore y'all with all that today. I think that's enough for now. Probably heard me talking way too much. So y'all keep dashing and dancing and prancing and whatever it is you want to do. Just be happy. Smile. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.